Right now, try to tickle yourself. Go ahead, run your fingers along your ribs, under your arm, the bottom of your foot. Nothing, right? No reaction, no laughter, no squirming. Just the sensation of touch, neutral, boring. Now imagine someone else doing the exact same thing. Same touch, same pressure, same location. But this time, you cannot control it. You laugh, you squirm, you pull away. You cannot stop the reaction. It is involuntary, automatic. Why? Same nerves, same skin, same stimulation, but completely different response. What changed? The only difference is who is doing the touching, you versus someone else. And somehow your brain knows. It can tell the difference, and it reacts completely differently. So here is the question. How does your brain know when you are touching yourself versus when someone else is touching you? And why does it care? Let me show you why your brain will not let you tickle yourself. Tickling is strange. It is one of the few sensations that requires another person. You cannot taste yourself. You cannot smell yourself accurately, but you can touch yourself. You do it all the time. You scratch an itch. You rub your eyes. You adjust your clothes. Touch works fine when you do it, but tickling does not. Tickling only works when someone else does it, and this tells us something profound about how your brain processes the world. Your brain is not just passively receiving information, it is actively predicting what is going to happen next. And when you are the one acting, your brain knows what is coming. It predicts the sensory consequences of your actions. And when the prediction matches reality, the brain ignores it. It filters it out. Boring, expected, move on. This is called the forward model. Every time you move, your brain makes a copy of the motor command, the signal that tells your muscles to contract, and it uses that copy to predict what you are about to feel. If you are going to touch your arm, your brain predicts the sensation before it happens. Light touch, pressure, temperature, and when your hand makes contact, the actual sensation matches the prediction. So your brain cancels it, it reduces the intensity, it says, yes, I knew that was coming, no need to pay attention. This is why you do not feel your clothes on your skin right now. You are wearing them. They are touching you. But your brain predicted that sensation and filtered it out. You only notice when something changes, when the fabric shifts, when you move. Then the prediction is broken and you feel it again. Now apply this to tickling. When you try to tickle yourself, your brain has the motor command. It knows you're about to touch your ribs. It predicts the sensation. Light touch, specific location. And when the touch happens, the prediction matches. The brain cancels the signal. No surprise, no tickle. But when someone else tickles you, there is no motor command. Your brain did not initiate the action. It cannot predict when or where the touch will happen. So when it happens, it is a surprise. The sensory signal is unexpected. Your brain does not cancel it, it amplifies it. Alert, unexpected touch, respond. And the response is laughter, squirming, the tickle reflex. This is not about the sensation itself. It is about predictability. Expected touch gets ignored. Unexpected touch gets amplified. But wait, why does unexpected touch cause laughter? What is the tickle reflex for? Nobody knows for sure, but there are theories. One theory is that tickling is a defense mechanism. The most ticklish spots on your body are also the most vulnerable. Your neck, your ribs, your armpits, your stomach. These are areas where you have vital organs close to the surface. If something touches you there unexpectedly, you need to react. You need to protect yourself. The tickle reflex makes you pull away. It makes you aware of the threat. And laughter might be a social signal. It tells the other person, I am not actually threatened. This is play. Do not stop, because tickling usually happens in social contexts. Parents tickling children, friends tickling each other. It is playful, bonding, and laughter reinforces that. It says, this is fun. Keep going. But notice, you can only enjoy being tickled for a short time. Then it becomes unbearable. Too much. Stop. This supports the defense theory. The reflex is saying, okay, I am aware now, you can stop touching my vulnerable areas. Now, here is where it gets strange. Some people can tickle themselves, not most people, but some, specifically people with schizophrenia. Studies have shown that schizophrenia patients do not have the same sensory cancellation that healthy people have. Their forward model is broken. When they touch themselves, their brain does not predict the sensation accurately, so the touch feels external, unexpected, and they experience the tickle reflex. This is huge because it tells us that the ability to distinguish self from other is not automatic. It is a process, a prediction process. And when that process breaks, you lose the boundary. You can tickle yourself. You hear voices that are your own thoughts but feel external. You experience your own actions as if someone else is doing them. The sense of agency, the sense that I am the one doing this, depends on accurate prediction. And when prediction fails, agency fails. Here is an experiment that proves this. Researchers built a robot hand. You control the robot hand with your own hand. The robot mimics your movements, but there is a delay, a tiny delay, a fraction of a second. Now the robot hand touches you, and because of the delay, your brain cannot predict it accurately. The motor command says touch now, but the sensation comes later. The timing is off. And guess what happens? You can tickle yourself. The delayed robot hand feels external. Your brain says, I did not do that. Even though you did, you controlled the robot. But the delay broke the prediction, and without accurate prediction, the touch feels like it is coming from someone else. And you laugh. You experience the tickle reflex from your own hand. This experiment shows that the boundary between self and other is not fixed. It is based on timing, on prediction. And when you mess with the timing, the boundary dissolves. Now let me ask you something that is going to hurt. If your brain predicts your actions before you are consciously aware of them, are you really choosing your actions? Or is your brain deciding and then telling you that you decided? Because here is what the forward model implies. Your brain sends the motor command. Then it uses a copy of that command to predict the sensory outcome. This happens before the action, before you feel the result, which means your brain knows what you are going to do before you experience doing it. And if your brain knows before you know, then who is in control? Is it you? Or is it the predictive system running underneath your awareness? This is the free will problem. And tickling gives us a clue. You cannot tickle yourself because your brain already knows what you are going to do. It predicted it. It initiated it. And then it told you that you chose to do it. But did you? Or did the prediction come first and the sense of choice came second? This connects to everything we have talked about. The voice in your head. It narrates your actions after they happen. It says, I did that because of this reason. But the reason is invented. The decision was already made by unconscious systems. The voice just explains it afterward. The mirror, you recognize yourself, but only because your brain has learned to predict what you look like. When the prediction matches, you say, that is me. But it is just a pattern, a learned association. Sleep. Your consciousness turns off, but your brain keeps running, predicting, processing. And when you wake up, you assume you are the same person. But you are just the latest prediction, the latest model your brain has constructed. Everything you think of as you, your sense of self, your sense of control, your sense of identity, it is all prediction. Your brain guessing what you are. And most of the time, the guess is close enough. But when the prediction breaks, when the timing is off, when the system glitches, you see the truth. There is no solid self. There is just a process, a prediction engine. And you are the story it tells. So why can you not tickle yourself? Because your brain knows it is you. It predicted the touch. It canceled the surprise. And without surprise, there is no tickle. But this is not just about tickling. This is about how you know anything is you, how you know your thoughts are yours, how you know your actions are yours, how you know your body is yours. It is all prediction. Your brain is constantly asking, did I cause this or did something else cause this? And it answers based on timing, based on prediction. When the prediction is accurate, it says, I did this. When the prediction fails, it says, something else did this. And that boundary, that distinction between self and other is fragile. It is a guess, a probabilistic calculation. And sometimes it is wrong. So the next time you try to tickle yourself and fail, remember, you are not failing to tickle yourself. You are succeeding at being a self, at maintaining the boundary between you and the world, and that boundary is not a wall. It is a prediction, a story your brain tells. And the story only works because the prediction is accurate. Break the prediction, and the story falls apart. And you realize there was never a solid you, just a pattern, a process, a guess, and the guess is all you have.